Steph Curry?
Hopefully we'll never find out.
Three-pointer. Bang!
Put in work every day and night, so we stay alive every time we fight.
Scoop layup is up. It's good.
For the top, shoot at the head and aim for the spot.
Puts it in. Oh, Steph Curry from way downtown. A 50-point Game 7. One of the greats of all time showed us once again what he's capable of doing as he chases his 5th ring.
LeBron versus Steph enters another chapter, and in his career, LeBron has averaged 33 points versus the Warriors, the 4th most by a player versus a single opponent in NBA postseason history with at least 15 games played. Meantime, here's LeBron moments ago on Steph and the Warriors.
You know, some teams I've played in my career that's had that notion on you, and they're one of them. They're right there at the top, you know, along with some of those great San Antonio Spurs teams where you just, if you make a mistake, they make you pay, and it's that simple. So we have to be locked in, you know, because they're going to already do a great job of scoring anyways, even when you got a body on top of them. You've seen some of the shots that, the routine shots Steph was making in Game 7 that everybody was going crazy at, but that's just Steph. That's you're that great, you know, you make tough shots like that. So we got to be locked in and you know, not hurt ourselves.
Look, guys, it's not a perfect analogy. No analogy is. But because LeBron came in the league a little before Steph. But there was a time, 15, 16, when Steph was on these incredible teams. LeBron was just clearly better than Steph. That's how they were able to win in 2016. 15, they should have won, except Kyrie and Kevin Love went down and still went 6 games, right? Mm-hmm. It reminds me in its way, though, of potentially Magic and Bird. Because this is revisionist history now. Oh, the league was all about Magic and Bird. No, it wasn't. Bird was unanimously considered better than Magic by everyone except Lakers fans. Bird was a 3 consecutive, he was the guy. And Magic was one of the stars of the NBA who was attached to Bird because of their rivalry. But over their careers, Magic continued to improve. He, as great as he was early, he got better, got a better shot, the whole thing. And Bird wound up with the back, and over the back 9, if you look at the career accomplishments, MVP finishes, championships, when you add it all up, Magic is ahead of Bird on most lists. LeBron started out, he's been in the league longer. I know it's not perfect, but he started out faster. He was better and everything, but what's it going to look like over the back 9? Maybe Steph can catch him. Is this possible? Nick, who has more at stake in this series?
I don't think either of them have a lot of things at stake here, guys, because I think the legacies are secure. It doesn't matter to me who wins this series, because either way,
events don't matter in the playoffs?
Not when you're this deep into the career the way both of them are.
You think that there's no way to move your legacy up or down compared to the other greats?
I'm saying no matter what happens, they're going to each be viewed the same way. Now, to your point about Steph, I don't think he can pass LeBron because I think it is very clearly, at least in my mind, Michael and LeBron at this point. What I do think can happen is Steph can win one more title and put more pressure on LeBron. But as I look at the Warriors from the outside, I see a team that is pushing one last time together with this core. So I think that this could be the last run we see with Draymond, with Clay, with Poole, with this whole group that just won a title last year. But as far as legacies go, I think they can both augment what they've done, but I don't think either one of them are looking at this going, oh, well, I've got to beat Steph or I've got to beat LeBron.
How they're looking at it, I'm talking about, Monica, how we look at it. They're both sitting on 4. Someone's going to advance and have a chance to win 5.
Yeah, and fundamentally, I agree with you, Nick. They're both great. However, in this instance, for me, I think it's LeBron because of what you just said, where most hoops consumers, it's LeBron and Mike. LeBron has not caught Mike. So should LeBron get closer in terms of the ring count, which is what many of these conversations boil down to, then this stands to bump LeBron's legacy into another place. But in addition to that, I feel like I can see the end of the runway a little bit more when it comes to LeBron compared to where Steph is. To your point, LeBron's been at it longer, came into the league younger. It feels like if you're going to put a silver lining on the rough start for Steph with all the ankle injuries, it has almost bought him some time on the back end. And I'm fairly certain that this Warriors team doesn't look the way it looks this year, but there is now no doubt in anyone's mind, based on the last 2 years of performance from Steph, that he is the single most important piece to that Warriors organization, if you questioned because he didn't have a Finals MVP yet.
And the fact that he got the finals MVP and he did it by being the best player on either team in the finals for the first time in his career, he's kind of defending for the first time, really, best player in the world status. I know people were giving it to Giannis and everything, but now look at it, right? Steph has a chance to kind of cement that. That's the best player on earth right there. And guys, meantime, Steph has yet to beat LeBron. Where, my team's not really better than yours. I mean, maybe you want to get the Warriors, when you take Steph off, don't look so great. And their record isn't that good, period, this year. He needed KD really to get LeBron. The non-KD Steph teams never beat LeBron. Not really, not when LeBron, 2015, stop. LeBron was clearly better. This would be something new. If at the end of this series, it's like the Warriors take care of him in 5 or 6 games, at this point, I know LeBron's come back to the pack a little bit, but it would be something new for Steph. And if LeBron could get this team past Steph, that's something new, right?
Okay,
or not new, but amazing.
A little bit of rain on your parade there, though, Max. Like, they previously met in finals. While, yes, it is the clash of titans, this is not a finals matchup. And so I think for me, that adds a little bit of a cooling agent, we'll call it, on this conversation, because to me, and we all know, nobody really wanted to separate themselves in the West anyway, so here we are, right? So to me, that puts a little bit of water on the fire in terms of that.
Well, thanks for that.
I mean, that's my only thing. But I'm excited for this one. I don't know where you at, Nick. I'm excited for it.
This is the best Steph has ever played.
All right.
But I don't think he can jump, even with another title, where LeBron is already planted.
You just don't even think these games count in the legacy.
No.
Well, and again, that's because of where this meeting is happening.
It's the end.
Right?
It's the end for the Warriors. It's the end for the.
Basketball analyst Monica McNutt, NBA reporter Nick Friedel with me. Guys, I got to tell you something. I like the Warriors heading into the playoffs. Even all season when people were writing them off, I'm like, they're losing on the road, but they're not showing up on the road. They're preserving themselves for. I thought they'd be able to turn it on in the playoffs, but here we are in a Game 7 on the road against a young, athletic, space and pace, spry young team, and their best player, De'Aaron Fox, hits a shot. And Sabonis is really starting to play. And they go up 2 or 3 possessions, 6 points, something like that. And we're in the third quarter, and you're thinking, hold on, guys. Don't dig a hole now in the third quarter on the road in Game 7 if this is the last dance. And it's like at that point, Clay's missing shots. At that point, Steph's like, all right, I got this. They wind up winning by 20. Nick, you saw Steph up close and personal for some time when you were covering the Warriors. What else is there to say about this guy?
He gives everybody else on that floor so much confidence. He is the guy that everybody looks at and goes, Steph's here, we're fine. And that part is palpable top to bottom in the organization. And we got another reminder of it yesterday. Every time he goes out there and he hits a shot, you just see Draymond and Clay and all the younger guys on the bench going, we've got the man, we know it, and every time that he needs to answer everything for a group that struggled all season, he's there to stake that team's flag down.
You know, when I said, I want Iguodala, right, with the fate of the universe, I still hear this from teenagers all the time. It's going to be on my tombstone. I was right back then. I'm sorry. I saw Steph choke it away too many times deep in the playoffs. We're like, that is not the best version of himself. However, I have to say something about that, Monica. It's a 5-on-5 game at any one time, not a 1-on-1 game. So even though when they were both at their best, KD was the best individual player on the team, and even though LeBron was clearly the better player 1-on-1 when they met when they were younger, man, I look at this Warriors team, I don't see them as that much more talented than the Lakers. But the fact is, they have Steph, and that completely changes the geometry of the game. The matchups, talk about making everybody better. What's at stake here? Like, how confident are you that the Warriors win the West?
Man, it's certainly looking like that's going to come to fruition. If I go 1 out of 10 on the confidence meter, they're probably sitting like 6.5, 7 at this point. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the other series. I think that Denver poses some unique problems for them defensively, and that could just be a high-powered offensive series. But I do think that the Warriors will take care of business versus the Lakers. To your point, because of the system and because of Steph. And I just think for anybody in the league, this is not exclusive to the Lakers, it is such a hard task to defend.
Man, I don't want to overstate things, but KD better advance because either LeBron or Steph will, right? LeBron and Steph are both sitting on 4. One of them's going to have a chance. This is their era. One of them's going to have a chance to go for 5. To say nothing of what's at stake for Jokic and the Nuggets, this playoffs could not be worse.